Welcome and thank you for joining us for another Kwang's Tutoring video. Today we'll be continuing our look at SAT practice test number 4. In particular, we'll be looking at questions 10 through 14. Question 10. The scatter plot shows the relationship between the two variables x and y. Which of the following equations is the most appropriate linear model for the data shown? So if we look at the data for the scatter plot, we notice a couple things. When x is 0, we see that the value of y is near 10. And we also see that as the y values decrease, the x values increase. Therefore, we have a negative slope. So our answer should have a y-intercept that is close to 10 with a negative slope. Remember, the equation for a line is y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. In all our answers here, that would be our y-intercept, and this would be our slope. Okay. The two y-intercepts that are closest to 10 would be C and D. And of the two, the only one with the negative slope is D. So D is our answer. Okay. If we were to look at the graph of each individual answer here, we would see that A produces a graph like this. B produces a graph like this. C produces a graph like this. And D produces a graph like this. And D looks closest to our scattered plot. Question 11 says, the given equation describes the relationship between the number of birds, B, and the number of reptiles, R, that can be cared for at a pet care business on a given day. If the business cares for 16 reptiles on a given day, how many birds can it care for on this day? So here what we're going to do is we're going to take our original equation, 2.5b plus 5, and here we know what R is because R is 16. 16 reptiles. That equals 8. And now we do PEMDAS and do multiplication first. We're trying to get the B all by itself. So we'll subtract 80 from both sides. And then we'll divide both sides by 2.5. We get B equals 0. Question 12 says, what is an equation of the graph shown? Okay, if we notice, the y-intercept here is, at this point here, 0, negative 8. So we want to make sure that all of our answers must have a minus 8 there. And so now we have to figure out the slope. The slope, again, is the change in y over the change in x, or y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So let's take any point, let's say negative 8 minus negative 6 over, that's 0 minus negative 2. Negative 8 minus negative 6 would be negative 2. 0 minus negative 2 is going to give me 2. And negative 2 divided by 2 is going to give me negative 1. So I know that my slope is negative 1, my y-intercept is negative 8, and the only one with those parameters is C. Question 13. Question 13 says, if x divided by 8 is equal to 5, what is the value of 8 divided by x? So x divided by 8 equals 5 can be rewritten as x divided by 8 equals 5 over 1. So in that case, if we take the reciprocal on the left-hand side, then we take the reciprocal on the right-hand side, and we see that x over 8 is equal to 1/5. Question 14 says, the solution to the given system of equations is x comma y. What is the value of y? So here we're given two equations, and we're trying to figure out what the value of y is. The best way to solve a system of equations like this is to try and get rid of one of the variables. And so I notice here that if we were to subtract this second equation from the first, the y's would disappear because you would get y minus y. That would give you 0. So if we do this 24x minus 6x, it would give me 18x. Y minus y is 0. 48 minus 72 is going to give me negative 24. Then we divide both sides by 18, and we get x equals negative 4 over 3. Because both 24 and 18 are divisible by 6. Okay. Now we should be able to take that and substitute it into either equation and come up with the answer for y. 6 and 3 cancel to give me 2. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. We add 8 to both sides, and we're going to get y equals 80. If I were to put it into the other equation, uh, 24 and 3 cancel out to negative 8. Negative 8 times 4 is negative 32. You add 32 to both sides, and you're going to get 80. If you'd like to see more of these, check out our other videos. If you would like some additional help with your math SAT, you can check out our website at www.ktutoringnow.com. Again, that's www.ktutoringnow.com. Thank you for joining us for this video, and until next time, have a blessed day.